and welcome into TalkFCB, and welcome back here to the channel, guys, to a news roundup coming up for you today. And I have to say, a big news roundup. Very important stuff today. We're going to be talking about injuries. We're going to be talking about those recoveries. Messi, Suarez. When are we expecting to see those players back? Especially when you look at this weekend's game against Valencia. It's all happening. We have to discuss it. Let's do this. And I want to bring you the headlines straight away this morning coming out from Sport. Messi, no. Suarez doubts youth. Yes, that's there, what the headline says in Sport, and unfortunately, doubt is being cast over the availability this weekend of Lionel Messi, and I have to say, I'm very sad, very disappointed about that, and I want to go into that in a bit more detail. Sport go on to say there, the wait to see Messi is continuing. He's not quite going to be ready to return against Valencia, he's not ready yet, he's not fully recovered, and he's not going to play on Saturday. Coke then came out and said that Messi's recovery is going well, but slower than expected. They also say the feeling right now is not so good, and Messi is not going to be playing on Saturday against Valencia. And ESPN go even further. They say Messi's presence not only for Saturday, but also for next week's game against Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League is in major doubt. They say right now there's concern over Messi, there's a lot of confusion right now on exactly when he's going to return, and right now the feeling, it's not so good, and I just don't get it. I just don't understand the current situation with Lionel Messi, because right now it's happening, it's true. What they're saying there is absolutely right, because Messi once again today wasn't in training with the group, he didn't rejoin the team, we've been waiting for it, we've been expecting it, but still he's not training with the group, and he's not going to play against Valencia. He is not going to be ready for that game, and I just don't get it. I don't understand right now what is the problem. Is it something that the club right now are holding back, something that we haven't been informed about? Because he should be ready. He should be ready by now, and it's simply not happening. You think back here, you look at the timeline of the Messi situation on the 5th of August. He apparently picked up an injury there in a training session with Barcelona. Then we thought that he missed the USA tour at the end of pre-season as a precaution, just to make absolutely sure that he'd be ready there to start the season. But the season started. Messi still wasn't with us. He missed the first game of the season there, away at Athletic. We lost that game, but again we thought, well, don't take any risks. That's fine. Don't take any risk with Messi. Make sure that he comes back and don't do anything that's going to jeopardise that. We did then expect to see him back against Real Betis. The first game at the Camp Nou, he was back in full training, but something happened and he wasn't even in the squad. Nowhere to be seen in that game. Then there was Osasuna. The game later, you were thinking, right, maybe now Messi is going to be time to come back, but again, wasn't included. And we thought, okay, fair enough. You got the international break now to get Messi back, to make sure that he's okay. Everything will have been healed. He'll be fully recovered come the game against Valencia. But here we are, and Messi is still not right. What is going on? What are the club not telling us? Was there a relapse there? Did something happen? Was there a setback? Was there something that happened in his recovery they didn't foresee? What is going on? But all you can say right now is serious confusion. Serious confusion over Messi, his availability, the injury that he's got. What exactly is it that he's suffering with right now? And all that I want to know, and all we all want to know, is exactly what's going on. I would rather be told that Messi is going to miss a month or 2 months, whatever it may be, if they come out and tell us, so we can accept that. Right now, it's been going game by game by game. The recovery date is going back and back and back, and we just don't know what is going on. All that I can hope is things improve, that Messi's situation gets better. Of course, I don't want him to take risks. I'm not saying anything about Messi here. I'm not saying that he's at fault by any means. I'm looking at the club. I'm looking at the club in the way they've gone about this. What's going on behind the scenes? What are they hiding? All that we can hope is that we see Messi soon. I don't know what's going on right now. But if we do move on to the availability and the fitness also of his close friend Luis Suarez. Now, a few days ago, about a week or so ago, we thought that Messi was ahead of Suarez in his recovery and that we'd see Messi first before we saw Suarez. But right now, Suarez is clearly ahead. Suarez today was back in training with the group. It wasn't the complete session. He didn't take part in the entire session with the team, but he did do part of the session. He's pretty much there, back with the group now. Tomorrow, he should be absolutely right, and he is in line to return return against Valencia, but that's not concrete either. Suarez is not definitely going to be back, but certainly there. He's back in training, he's feeling good, he's certainly on the road to recovery, and Suarez should be somewhere near the squad against Valencia on Saturday. But again, there's no question about it right now. Messi is very, very unlikely, of course, to play against Valencia. Suarez is touch and go. We're going to be calling on youth again. We are going to be calling once again on Ansu Fati, on Carlos Perez. They are going to be involved. They're going to be in and around the squad, no doubt about that. Certainly one of them, I would imagine, is going to be in the starting lineup, but it is going to be down to those two. Once again, they're going to get a chance. They're going to have to step up. They can do it again. The youth are going to have to shine because Barcelona, we need them. And I want to talk now about another player who potentially may not be involved against Valencia either, and that is Arthur Melo. Certainly right now, I would state uncertainty over his role against Valencia, and that's not because of injury either. It's basically due to the fact that Brazil were the very last country to play during this international break. Last night they played very, very late, early hours of the morning, it was local time, against Peru, and actually finished there that game at around 7 a.m. local time back in Barcelona. So Brazil there really late in finishing their international break, and that game there would have been fine if it was close to home, if Arthur Melo had a pretty short journey back. He didn't even play in the game, so he's not going to be tired, but he did have an incredible journey. It really, really was. That game there took place in California. After the game finished, he would have then started to travel home, but that there is an 11-hour journey from California back to Barcelona, and certainly he's not going to be in training until at least, at the very, very earliest, Thursday. That's tomorrow. That there is just 2 days before Valencia, and he's going to be feeling jet lagged. He's not going to be feeling good, and of course, he wasn't really included in the Barcelona squad, even when he was in training all the time, so Valverde may not be including this weekend Arthur Melo, or at least from the start of the game, because of that long distance, because of that long journey, the way that he's feeling. He's going to have to prove himself when he comes back into training on Thursday, then on Friday before the game. He's going to have to feel good, he's going to have to show that to Valverde, and I really do hope that Arthur is going to be in the team. He's massive for us, he's a massive, massive part of that midfield, and we look a lot better with him in the team. But with that journey, with that late finish, is he going to be ready on Saturday? But if we just conclude the news roundup today, guys, obviously lots of injuries that we are going to be discussing, but there was international football last night, and there was some good news. There was some good news, certainly here, for us Barcelona fans, when it comes to one of our individuals who got his first ever goal for his country. We've got to talk now about France, who once again were in very, very good form. 3-0 they won against Andorra, and one of those goal scorers was our own Clement Lenglet, last night scoring his first ever goal for the French national team, and that there was provided by our very own Antoine Griezmann. A brilliant little cross in there. Clement Lenglet rising up. Very good header down. Good goal. He could have got another one on the night as well. France were very, very good against Andorra. Could have been a lot more there than 3-0. Although, once again, just to bring the mood back down a bit, Griezmann wasn't exactly brilliant. Certainly from the penalty spot. We spoke about it before. Missing a penalty earlier on in this international break. He had another one, and it was good, to be honest, that he stepped up. He had the confidence there to say, look, I missed the last one. I'm going to take this one. But unfortunately for him, he missed that one too. 2 penalties in the international break for Griezmann, and unfortunately 2 misses to his name, and he's going to be hoping, of course, to return to Barcelona and hopefully start putting that ball in the back of the net. That's what we all need, and without Messi, with Suarez as a doubt, we've got to rely on youth. We need Griezmann this weekend at the Camp Nou against Valencia. We need him to step up. And I just want to finish here by talking about Valencia themselves. Obviously, in the lead up to that game, we're going to talk a lot more about Valencia, a lot more about Barcelona, the head-to-head. All of it is going to be discussed in the match preview and such. But right now, I want to talk about what's going on at Valencia, because big breaking news today, Valencia have sacked their coach. They have sacked Marcelino, even though he had a brilliant season. Last season, Valencia, very, very impressive. They qualified for Europe in the Champions League, finished in the top 4, and they won the Copa del Rey. A big moment for them, a trophy for Valencia. It was a massive night. Marcelino delivering that there with a very organised group of players that really do like him, and they've sacked him. Peter Lim, the owner, has had personal differences off the field with Marcelino, and they've sacked their coach. And right now, Valencia are not happy. Their fans are very unhappy. The players, I'm sure, are not going to be behind the decision, and it just means that going into Saturday, there might be a bit of uncertainty there. There might be a bit of feeling there at Valencia that things aren't going well, and that could work in our favour. We do need right now to have some helping hands from elsewhere. We've got injuries, we've got certain problems of our own. We need some help. And Valencia here, I think, are shooting themselves in the foot. I think Marcelino did a really good job. That's a bad decision from them. And hopefully, on Saturday, with the revolt that's going around at Valencia, that's going to work in our favour, and that could help us out when we really really need it. But of course, guys, please let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I really want to know what you've got to say about the Messi situation. What do you think now about Messi, this injury? What is happening? What is going on behind the scenes? Do you think that Barcelona are just holding some information back? What do you think about that? Please do let me know in the comments down below. And hopefully, of course, we'll have some better news, some better optimism ahead of Saturday's game. And beyond that, things, they've got to get better. Surely, guys, they've got to get better. Let me know in the comments down below. And of course, I'll see you soon. But until next time, as always, Visca El Barça.